Blessings, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel today. I'm Dane, your host of the Rock and Metal Guardian. Hope you're doing well wherever you may find yourselves. Today's episode is reviewing the relatively new box set from Deep Purple for Machine Head, aka Machine Head 50th Anniversary Deluxe Edition. That's what happens when you open it up. I took the liberty of taking everything out so I could show you without having to scramble for it. These are the slots where the three discs and the one Blu-ray goes, and then there's a vinyl record that I took out here. I will show you all of that. The main reason I bought this was for this disc. This is the 2024 remix and the 2024 remaster on the same disc. The second main reason I bought this was I'm a sucker for live material, Live in Montreux 71. And I have this already, Deep Purple in Concert 72. So I don't need a second one, but it came with it. Here's the original one I bought. And also I pulled out my copy of Machine Head. Finally, you have the Blu-ray audio, this 2024 Atmos remix and US quad mix on the same disc. I have no need for this. So 2 of the 4 discs I don't need. And of course, the third thing I don't need, but I'm going to show it to you because you may be a vinyl person. This is not just about me. Here's the purple vinyl, the smoky black. Kind of cool if you're a vinyl person. I will never play this. I may hang this up on my wall behind me or elsewhere, or not at all. So we put that back. Very nice packaging for the vinyl to keep it nice and safe from getting scratched up. Let me go ahead and put this back in here and show you what else goodie-wise you get with this. Those of you interested and haven't gotten it or heard it yet, or both, I don't normally save these, but I save this. So let's go over this. Gatefold LP, 3 CDs and 1 Blu-ray. Includes Purple Smoke vinyl LP I just showed you. New remix by Dweezil Zappa, on LP and CD. New remaster from original analog master on CD. Previously unreleased live CD Montreux 71. 1972 in concert, I showed you. The Blu-ray audio I talked about. There's a booklet I'm going to show you. And a lyric poster. They could have left this out, but here's the lyric poster. All the songs with the lyrics. All right. This is the back that always comes off, which is just like here. Shows you everything at the bottom that I just read from the blurb here. All right. And the booklet is quite nice. I've not read all of it, but I've read some of it. Here's the front. Really like the back. I never got the pilgrim hat that Richie wears anyway. I'm not going to show you everything, but there's some nice photos. This is still when Roger Glover was playing the Rickenbacker. As you can see back on the front. I'm getting a brown one next year. I ordered it about a month ago. It's the 4003 SW, and you have to order it in advance. It takes about a year to get it for whatever reason, so I'm excited about that. But I have to wait a while. And here's some more photos. I don't want to ruin everything and show you everything, but there's just a taste. So let's talk about now, hence the main reason of this video, to talk about my thoughts on what we have here music-wise. Now, I'm not going to review the Blu-ray audio because I don't have the setup for Quad and Atmos. I'm not going to talk about the 72 concert. It's very good if you have this already, right? It is a good concert to have. It's only got 10 songs, but it's worth having. I like the production for the most part. Is it perfect? No, but it's I would say above average good quality. It's good. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the main reason I bought this. So let's talk about the remix first and then the remastering. I've looked at other videos with respect to people's opinions on this box set, and I heard high praise when it came to the remix, especially about Highway Star. Well, I tell you, I listened to Highway Star, and like I said, I had high hopes, but I found it a letdown. Immediately after I listened to the remix of Highway Star, I went to the remastered, and I found myself having to get up and jam and play air guitar. Almost got the air bass, almost got the bass out and started over and went and played, because I can play that. But I didn't. I just got up and moved around and did, played air bass, and I, was rattling the old brain around. Was headbanging, but I did not feel motivated to do that when I heard the Highway Star remix. I was just kind of like, huh. So as I said, a letdown. The bass lacks resonance in that opening solo from Roger. In fact, the whole song lacks a certain resonance that's to be expected from Deep Purple. The sound effects that are added of the car racing in the middle of the song's kind of nice, kind of like what Rush does with the Red Barchetta in a live version or two, but it's not enough to make me want to like the song enough. Like I said, I immediately went to the remastered version to play Highway Star to kind of get this taste out of my mouth, so to speak, and then I went and listened to the rest of the remix. Now, Maybe I'm a Leo and Pictures of Home and Never Before, which follow Highway Star in the remix, sound really good, but I still like the original better, or what's coming, and that is the remaster. So I've given that away. Smoke on the Water, let's talk about that remix version now. It's 30 seconds longer than the original. Gillan is singing at the top of his lungs, and at the end of the song, hence the extra 30 seconds, he goes into a high vocal yuck thing, right, that we love from Gillan, and then at the end he says, break a leg, Frank, and then it ends. So you have some additional kind of physical graffiti-esqueness going on, in the sense that, in that album you have Are We Rolling, Jimmy, and Cough and all, that's fun stuff, and that's a nice treat, but it's not enough for me to say that it's better than the original or the remaster. It's great to hear Gillan, sing extra, but it's still not enough. It doesn't resonate. Now, also what's wrong with Smoke on the Water is that the guitar solo by Ritchie is interfered with by the placement of Lord's organ in the mix. On here, and the remaster, it's the way it should be. It's perfect where Lord's organ is in the mix. Here, it's like he's like the two of them are competing with each other with who's the mightier, and it ruins your it ruins my enjoyment of trying to listen to what Ritchie has to say, and what Ritchie's doing gets in the way of what John is doing, but they get in each other's way, but Lord gets in Ritchie's way a little bit more. So that's the problem. It's perfect the way it was before. There was no need to remix this. So it's like they're competing for the spotlight, excuse me. And as far as the bass goes in the song, there's something off about the bass in the song. I don't like it. All right, Lazy. The intro here for Lazy in the remix is fabulous. But once Gillan starts singing, there's a drop off in resonance. Space Truckin'. It's similar to Lazy. Once the vocals arrive, there's a drop off in that resonance. However, I do like the instrumental section with all the sound effects from the, just the sound effects in general, whether percussion or not. The middle section with those sound effects, still not as sharp as the original. It's just different. I like it, it's different, but I don't love it. Gillan's high vocals here in Space Truckin' sound good too, but still not as sharp as the original, not as sharp as the remix. I'm sorry, not as sharp as the remaster. Again, like Maybe I'm a Leo, Pictures of Home, Never Before, parts of Lazy. It's a nice alternate version of the song, but I wouldn't give it that definitive. It's the new definitive version that some people have praising the same thing. Some have said the same thing about Highway Star, or this in general, that some people have said that the remix is a better replacement for the original mix. I disagree. I think the original mix is better. I think the remaster is better than the remix. Now, finally, you get When a Blind Man Cries. I've heard the song before, but one thing I'll say about this B-side is having it here is nice because the only other place I have it as an MP3, I never had it before on vinyl or cassette or anything other than MP3. So I'm glad I have that for here. I like this song. I like this B-side. Now, what's interesting about When a Blind Man Cries is that something about it, and I can't put my finger on it, seems to foreshadow the Stormbringer record, even though Gillan's on vocals. And what I'm putting my finger on is because something about the guitar makes me think of how Ritchie plays on Stormbringer. So that's the answer to that. Overall, the original is in my DNA, I guess, and that's why I like it better. But as I said, the remaster is better than this remix. The remaster and the original are warmer. There's more resonance, as I said. The new remix, paradoxically, sounds crisper at times and yet flat at times. That's the best way to describe it. My guess is Pro Tools are used. It's cool at times, but it pales in comparison to the original. So overall, it's too modern sounding. Leave well enough alone, I guess I could say. Again, there's something that's likable here in some 4 of the tracks, but I don't know if I'll go back to them often, if at all, because the original is in my DNA and the remaster just elevates that resonance a tad bit more from the original. So those are what I like. Now, what's to be expected? Well, from my point of view, what should I have expected? Did I really think Zappa was going to outdo Martin Birch? Absolutely not. So no disrespect to Zappa. I'm a big fan of Dweezil, but I love Martin Birch much better with respect to his skill set and his production and what he brings to the table. Now let's talk about the live Montreux 71. Ironically, or not sure if it's irony, but what's interesting about this disc is there's no songs on here from Machine Head. So you get the Swiss Yodel, Speed King, Strange Kind of Woman, Into the Fire, Child in Time, Painted Black, Ring That Neck / Hard Road, well, it's in parentheses, Black Knight, and Lucille. I could do without the Swiss Yodel. It's kind of entertaining, but not something I need. Speed King, production is very poor. Ian begins the song as normal, but then when it's about to get good, he stops singing, and then you get essentially just the song, but in a what's the right word I want to use? It sounds like an improv. And I like improv. I'm a big King Crimson fan, big jazz person, but it doesn't seem to have the linearness, if that's a word, that you want to expect from a song you want to hear live from a band that isn't known for its improv, outside of medleys and that kind of thing. So the song doesn't flow the way you want it to. And they're having fun, which is great, but I'm not liking it that much. And the production, the sound overall, is just so subpar. It's raw. It's got this improvised jam, as I said, which can be good, but the rawness is not like Metallica's, Kill 'Em All rawness, or Nirvana's first album rawness, or Led Zeppelin's rawness with their first debut, where there's a certain charm to it. It's raw, which can be good, as I said, but the problem is that the quality of the sound is lacking. And this Speed King version is over 9 minutes, hence the jam and all that. Strange Kind of Woman, same thing, very poor sounding. It's 8 minutes and 21 seconds, also long. Ritchie's guitar sounds decent here. Into the Fire sounds terrible. Child in Time, it's still raw and poor produced, but Richie's guitar work is why you listen to the song, and part of Ian's, stretching his vocals really high, but it lacks the resonance of other live versions, and definitely the studio version. Paint It Black. I like it, but there's this quiet section here that is superfluous. Ring That Neck, I give this 2 thumbs up, despite that the production is poor. It's 17 minutes plus. This is probably the most charming song on the live album here. Then you get Black Knight, which is lackluster, and Lucia, which is also lackluster. Overall, with respect to this live album, I give it a thumbs down. It's extremely disappointing just because their production makes it almost unlistenable. If you're going to listen to this, I recommend just listening to it and waiting for Richie to go to town on his guitar. That's the only saving value of this live release. So, in general, what do I like about this box set? Overall, I like the booklet, and I like 4 songs on the remix, although again, I don't know if I'll return to them, maybe once in a while just for fun, but I like the remaster. In the same way that you have, even though it's a remix, the Black Sabbath remix for the live album, geez, I'm drawing a blank here, with Dio on vocals. Gosh, sorry about that. But the remaster here is where it's at. So hold on a second. So yeah, when we talk about remixes, this is why you buy this. Same thing with Space Ritual from Hawkwind. The remix is better. Here, the remix is not better. The remaster is where it's at. So, for me, overall, this is a disappointment. So essentially, I spent, well, the good news is instead of spending $80 on Amazon, I spent $70. I found it $10 cheaper at Walmart, but it was a B to get it here because the post office screwed up, long story. So essentially, it's kind of a money grab for me because I spent $71 on this box set. I have this already. The original sounds better than the remix, but essentially I paid $70 for a booklet I like and love, and this disc because it has the remaster, and that's it. So I spent a lot of money for one CD and a booklet, and everything else, including the vinyl record, I have no need for. And I knew going in that I didn't need this, and I didn't need this either. And again, these are the 72 concert because I own it already. This is the quad mix and the Atmos, and I don't have those setups, as I said. But I thought that if I liked at least the remaster or the remix or both, and the live album, it would have been $70 well spent, but it's not because, again, I'm just liking the booklet, half of this CD, and not much of the live Montrose 71 at all. So tell me what you think in the comments. I hope you made out better than I did. You may just love, like so many people do, the remix. I'm just not feeling it. As I say, it's in my DNA, set in my ways, I guess. There's something more resonant about the original, and there's something even more splendiferous resonance-wise with the remaster version. So again, you may be like me, not that you have to be, but overall, if you're going to get this for the 2024 remaster, which comes after the remix on this disc. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Bye.